Supertrawlers are those over 100 metres in length and can catch hundreds of tonnes of fish every day, using nets up to a mile long. Supertrawlers fishing techniques change depending on what type of fish they are catching. Pelagic midwater trawlers catch fish that live in the upper water column of the ocean, and trawlers with dredging capabilities use their metal teeth to rake out shellfish from the sand. Pelagic fishing can mean devastating consequences for bycatch fish and mammals that get caught in the mile of net being dragged through the water. Dredging wreaks havoc on the seabed and leaves everything in its path destroyed. This is why we at Blue Seas Protection are even more concerned to hear that a Greenpeace investigation had found up to 25 supertrawlers, including the 4 biggest in the world, had fished in 39 different marine conservation zones. A marine conservation zone is an area that protects rare and threatened habitats and species. There are 91 marine conservation zones in the waters around England. They were designated in 2 phases after processes closely involving stakeholders. Following consultation, 41 sites and 12 additional features were designated on the 31st of May 2019. So what good are marine conservation zones if they can be commercially fished in? DEFRA, the Department for Environmental, Food and Rural Affairs, has stated this: action will be taken to ensure that the new sites are properly protected from damaging activities, taking into account local needs. Restrictions will differ from site to site depending on what feature the site intends to protect. So essentially this means marine conservation zones would be allowed to be commercially fished in, as well as other damaging activities. This is why marine conservation zones are under so much criticism, from environmentalists and activists alike. One such being George Monbiot, who has stated that, "What do the terms marine reserve and marine protected area conjure up for you? Places in which perhaps wildlife is protected, in which damaging activities permitted in other parts of the sea, such as trawling and dredging, are banned. Wrong. In most cases, the fishing industry can continue to rip up the seabed, over-harvest the fish and shellfish, and cause all the other kinds of damage it is permitted to inflict in the rest of the country's territorial waters. Our marine reserves are nothing but paper parks." This criticism is the idea that marine conservation zones are nothing more than pieces of paper and do very little for the protection of marine life. Here in Sandown Bay, we are covered by the Bembridge Marine Conservation Zone. We have been alerted that there may be supertrawlers with dredging capabilities coming close to the bay. This is why Blue Seas Protection calls for marine conservation zones to actually protect the waters and its inhabitants, and allow no commercial fishing. We will continue to lobby DEFRA and the Secretary of State for Environment, Food and Rural Affairs, George Eustice, to make sure that areas such as Bembridge Marine Conservation Zone are given status of HPMA, Higher Protected Marine Area.